Okay, Kyle, let's dive into the NCAA tournament as we anticipate play coming up. I have to ask you, this is such a unique postseason format to have so many teams involved in the postseason, and it's all one and done, single elimination. Is there anything that you would change? There's always talk, and there has been change that's been made in previous years about this tournament format. It used to be 64 teams, you know?
Right.
They've expanded it to 68 and had those play-in games. Some people love that, and they're glad that other teams get to be involved. Some hate it. Some want to see it expanded even further to say, you know, 128 teams and just add a whole nother earlier round. Some would like to see it maybe condensed a little bit. If you could change one thing about the NCAA tournament, what would that be?
Yeah, I've thought about this, and if you would have asked me this a year or two ago, I would have said, let's double it. Let's go to 128.
Go big, yeah.
And this is probably when the Shockers were on the bubble the last couple of years.
Yeah.
So that's probably why.
Okay.
But right now, I think it'd be really cool if you didn't go all the way to doubling it, but if you add, if you go from drop it down to 64 and then or half that, so 96.
Okay.
So if you expand it to 96 teams, half the teams would get a first round bye.
Okay. The top 8 seeds, I think, would get a first round
whatever
bye.
it would be. That's hard to think right now.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I think it'd be more exciting. You would have less sort of controversy of which teams would get in and which are left out, because if you're not in the top 96, I mean, come on. What are the chances you're going to win this thing?
No chance, yeah. No, I get that. You know, I can see that. The argument against expansion is there's never been a 1-16 upset, meaning to bring in teams that are worse than a 16 seed to create that kind of thing.
Well, they wouldn't be worse.
Well,
you'd get more of the middle tier
You would.
SEC or American or Big East.
Yeah. And boy, you would just decimate the NIT. That would be just unwatchable
Bye-bye.
after that. Yeah. My goodness. But yeah, I see that. I have an idea. I have a thought, Kyle.
Let's hear it.
And
I'm
this
intrigued.
may be controversial, but in basketball, you got 2 ways to do it. You've got the NCAA tournament, that's all single elimination. And then you have the complete opposite way. You have the NBA that does 7-game series in every round. Okay? If you were to do, and I like both, to be honest with you. March Madness, there's a reason they call March Madness, is because a 13 seed has to be just good for 2 hours. Just figure it out for 2 hours. And you can pull off that amazing upset against that major conference team. And that's exciting, but then you're left with a 13 seed that's like, okay, now what? And gets blown out eventually. And so I love the craziness and the underdog and that Cinderella story, that kind of thing. But at the end, I want to see the best teams at the end. I want to see the best teams be able to win, and that's what a series gets you. Okay, so in the NBA,
So series the whole time?
well, no. Here's what I want.
Okay.
Here's what I'm proposing. Okay,
Let's hear it.
I want the best of both worlds. I don't want to sacrifice anything. I want the best of both worlds. So here's what I would do. I would keep the tournament exactly as it is. The first few rounds through the Sweet 16. Actually, you know what? No. The play-in games, those are stupid. Get rid of those. I want to go back to 64. 64 teams get in.
I'm fine with that.
Play-in games. I'm tired of that Tuesday night trying to find true TV.
Poor Dayton, though.
Yeah. Yes.
That's
Sorry,
the claim
Dayton.
to fame now.
I don't want that. Okay. So move that. But you play 64 teams. You play the first round. You play the second round. You go to the Sweet 16. When you hit the Elite 8, you have 8 teams left.
Yep.
Okay. Best of 3 series the rest of the way. Okay, and that you're going to add another weekend on, and the Final Four and championship are already generally in April, so it doesn't have to be March. That's fine. NBA postseason goes like 10 weeks. It goes like 2.5 months.
Yeah.
It takes forever. That's fine. Who cares? Who cares how long it takes? Push it, and I would extend it by maybe a couple of weekends, because once you hit the best 8 teams, I want to see a 3-game series, best of 3. And a lot of times it'll just be 2, but you play it over a weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, I've actually thought about this before,
That'd
too.
be kind of fun.
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
I don't know if the TV networks were like it, though, to have all those extra games and able to sell more commercial time, though.
Hey, that's a lot of money. That's a
wait,
win-win.
they would
Come
love
on,
that.
man. The conferences would love it. It'd be more revenue, more money revenue, I would think.
The little schools might not like it.
That's the key.
Because, again,
Yeah.
as you mentioned, the only problem with the NCAA tournament is it's not a great test of who the best team is.
That's it.
It's
yeah.
the luckiest,
George
the hottest.
Mason makes it? No, I don't want to see George Mason in the Final
But
Four.
it makes
They
for a
deserve
good
that.
story.
I guess
Otherwise,
so.
you're going to
VCU
have an
did it.
ACC
Butler,
team,
I get
Big
that.
12.
No, I want to see the best teams. I want to see, and sometimes we've had that. Sometimes we get Villanova, North Carolina, and it is awesome. It was awesome when that happened. So I just want to ensure more of that. I think a series, there's even more strategy to it. It gives you time for a player who might be slightly injured to maybe come back, which is exciting too. There's some coaching there. I don't know.
And I have one more idea.
Okay.
I just thought of this. So when I'm expanding the field of 96, I want to add a little wrinkle because this is something that I have a big gripe about. Is right now conferences allocate their NCAA bids via their conference tournaments.
Yeah.
When we move it to 96, I want it to be where if you win the regular season, you get an auto bid, and if you win the post or the conference tournament, you get an auto bid. And if you're a team that wins both, then you get a boost in the seeding or something like that.
Wow.
And so, because I watch these conference tournaments where these mid-majors and low-major schools, they finish the season, 14-4, 16-2. They're the best team in the conference, and then they lose in the first or second round, and they don't get to play. And that's just, to me, that's not fair. You're not sending your best representatives from your conference, and so I think
you're judging a team by 2 months of play rather than 4 days in their conference tournament. I get that. You're taking away some at-large bids then, but I guess if you're expanding to 96, you can make that work. There'd be a lot more basketball that way. More would get in. It might make the first or second round a little bit difficult to watch. A lot more blowouts, but it does take away from some teams being left out who maybe deserve to be there. I get that too. Hey, what do you think? What do you think about this? We want your input. There's a lot of different ways to do a postseason possibility. Do you like adding series in there somewhere? Or do you like adding teams or maybe taking them away? What do you think? You can find us at Shockerland, shockerland.com, at Shockerland on Twitter and on Facebook. Before we go, Kyle, we have a model today.
We have a model?
Her name is Hazel. Woo. And I need to go get her. I don't know how this is going to go, but let me go get Hazel. Hold on.
All right.
Quick.
I'll just sit here by myself and I can't wait to see this. Come on, model. Show yourself. Yeah, so I think conferences, they should get that, the regular season title to go in. It's only fair.
Okay.
But yeah, here's our beautiful model.
Here we go.
Let's see.
Check out what we have here. She was asleep, but she's going to be okay with these bright lights.
Is she?
This was maybe not a good idea. Hey, baby. Hazel is sporting the latest from Great Image Design on Washington
and she
Avenue.
loves it.
She's got the long sleeve onesie, and we love it. It's got Woo-Shock on it. They have a lot of these kind of things for babies, for people of all size. A Great Image Design. I don't know if my wife is going to like this, but Hazel, at just 3 months old, she loves her Shocker gear, and she doesn't really love her daddy very much right now, but that's okay. That's okay. You're doing so good, baby. Okay, let's get her out of the lights. Thanks for watching Shockerland.